Hi there, welcome to the tutorial on how to use Google Classroom for the Masters Institute. If you are a teacher for us, also known as an instructor, I'm going to tell you how to get logged in to Google Classroom, how to view any class materials or add them if you need to, which you shouldn't have to do, but mostly how to grade papers. That's your primary role in Google Classroom for us, as we will set up every classroom for you based on all the information you've given us about your class. So here we are logged into your Masters Institute email address, and you should receive an invite from us to co-teach, is what the language is used in Google Classroom, to co-teach whatever the name of your class is. You might have several classes, but this is where you'll receive that invite. If you don't see the invite, this is what it looks like. You can click join directly from here. If you don't see that, don't worry. You can just open a second tab and go to classroom.google.com. And if you're already logged into your MI email address, it will automatically log you into Google Classroom. It's the exact same login credentials. So if you ever get logged out of Google Classroom, you just log back in with your same credentials that we've given you for your MI email address. Here you'll see the dashboard. This shows you any classes that you've been invited to co-teach. It'll always say co-teach. Right here it says you're invited to teach this class. That's what you want to see. When you go in, you'll see that admin at the Masters Institute is also considered a teacher of the class. Those are just the roles that they use in Google Classroom, either teacher or student. So here when you see the classroom option and you see an accept button, that's what you want to click. This is the class you're accepting to teach. It will load the classroom for that class. You'll see the class title up at the top, the class number over here. You'll see any teachers under here. Again, the Masters Institute is just an admin role, and then you are the primary teacher here. Now it'll take you immediately to the stream page. There's 3 pages here. We're going to skip ahead to the About page, which is where you can go if you're new to Google Classroom. We'll come back to this page later. You go to About. Again, this is where you'll see whoever's teaching the class here in the left corner. You can add a profile picture if you'd like to for yourself here. Also the class name, again, like I said, and any class materials that goes with your class. Now this stuff you do not need to worry about. We will set all this up for you. You have already sent us your syllabus. You've sent us anything that we need for the class. If there's PowerPoints, handouts, you've hopefully already sent that to us, and we will set it all up for you. You can double check the syllabus here if you'd like to. If you're teaching the class as a distance class, then any lecture or video lecture that you've done for us would show up here. This is also where you can add any videos that you'd like to see, that you'd like to show your students. They can access them all here, like, for example, this cat playing the keyboard. Very, very important. If there is a material that you think of later that you didn't give us ahead of time, you can add it yourself if you'd like to right here. I'm sure you're perfectly capable of that. Clicking Add Class Materials. You can attach something. You can add a Google Drive file. You can go straight to YouTube and add a YouTube link, or just any generic link that you'd like to add. And you click Post once you have that attached. You can also contact us, and we'll add it for you if you think of something later. But this is where I'd start, just to double check that all your material is here as you sent it to us. The Students tab is self-explanatory. This is the list of all the students that have been invited to take your class. As you can see, if it's faded out and says invited in parentheses, the student has not yet joined the class. If it's not faded out and it doesn't have the invited in parentheses, this student has joined. So students 2, 4, and 5 have joined the class, and you can be certain that whatever students are not faded out like this, they are truly the students taking your class. So if you need to contact them, you can click these 3 dots and email them. It'll pop up an email that will go directly to them. This page is pretty simple. You probably don't need to visit it too often. The stream page is where we will post the assignments that we pulled from your syllabus. Again, we do this for you. If there's an added thing you'd like to do, this plus sign down here can help you with that. You can just add anything. You could add another assignment. We would appreciate if you're adding an actual assignment to contact us first before you do that. And then you can also do little things like create a question for the students, create an announcement, I'm going to be late, something is changing. Any changes like that, of course, MI wants to be notified of, but you're welcome to add those here if you'd like. The students will all see those automatically. However, really your primary role here in Google Classroom is to grade papers. That's pretty much all you need to do. We set up everything else for you. This is where what the students will see on their end. They'll see the assignments posted. They will submit assignments. Right here on your end, you can see how many are done, how many are not done, and how many have been returned. This post-class assignment, there are none that have been finished. This pre-class assignment, a few people have done them ahead of time. You've already graded and returned one. One is not done. So I'm going to show you where to grade assignments. On this page, you'll see as the due date comes closer, it will show you and alert you when you have work that's due soon, when you have grading to do. However, the quickest way to do this is to go up into this upper left corner with these 3 horizontal lines. This is really kind of your home menu. Click this and you'll be able to get to any classes you're teaching. It's a list right here, or if you click this home button, it takes you back to that dashboard. You can always get back to where you need to go by clicking this. If you clicked on this class name, it takes you right back into here. I'm going to click on this and go to work with this clipboard icon. That's where you want to go to grade papers. We're going to click that. You'll see a huge long list here if you have multiple classes of any assignments that have been posted and how many of those have been completed. As a way to simplify this, if you do have multiple classes, is to click the all classes drop down and click the singular class that you'd like to see the assignments for. So this is just for this class, What's the Bible? We're going to go into the pre-class assignment because we see that one assignment is done and that needs to be graded. We're going to click it. Now you see here these different icons from different students. One says done, one says not done, one says returned. This returned one is completely done. You've graded it already. You don't need to do anything for that. This not done one is just a work in process. The student has started their assignment. You can kind of see, okay, the student's working on it, but it's not done yet. You don't need to open this or do anything until it says this green done word. So once you see this green done symbol or word right here, you want to click the student's assignment because it is done. They have turned it in. Here's their paper. And this is where we want you to make comments. So you can click right here on the cursor, and when you hover over wherever you've clicked, if you hover over just to the side of that, you'll see this add a comment icon. You click that, and you can add your comment. Very interesting. Exegesis is when you pull the Jesus out of a passage you're reading. Just a little joke I came up with. Now you make your comment here, and as soon as you do that, everything is saved by the second, and the student automatically sees these comments. You don't need to send this to them. You don't need to share it. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to click save. You simply close out. Let's say you're totally done. You go through the whole paper. You make all your comments. You don't need to write the grade anywhere on this paper. You're only commenting. Then you click close. Close the tab. And that was the assignment we just came out of. And now we want to go to student 5 and add their grade. So we select that student and we add the grade. Let's say we're giving them a 90 out of 100. It's always out of 100 points up here. That's what we want you to do, and we have a grading rubric that we've given to you. Now you've put that in there. It says under here not returned. Let's say you've graded it. You can return it immediately if it's graded. So you go up here, click this giant return button. It says right here, student will be notified and can check any grade you've left. Great. You can leave an extra comment if you'd like. However, if you've already left comments on their paper, you're good to go. Click return. Now this student 5, has had their assignment returned to them. You don't need to do anything else. Your work here is done in terms of that student. Just come back in and check for any other assignments as they come in. You're welcome to do it as they come in, or the 2-week post-class mark also works. Thanks for watching this tutorial. I hope it's been helpful. If you have any questions for us, please do contact us.